everyone. Welcome to the show, My So-Called Fabulous. I'm Tiffany, and welcome, everyone. It is so great to come to you today, and I have the pleasure and the distinct honor of bringing the most fabulous guest on the show. I'm so blessed because I have a mission of helping people and spreading the word. And you know what? My guest today was on the show July of 2020, episode number 28. So let's do the math a little bit here. We're on about episode 155, 156. I'm not sure exactly, but we've been around a minute or two, putting out these podcasts every Tuesday, and I'm so proud to say that this man was with me in the beginning, and he's a precious friend of mine. We met in the culinary world, and everyone, welcome back to the show, Gabriel Benjamin. Welcome back.
Thank you so much. Wow. You know how you make me sound so good.
Oh, You're fabulous.
I really appreciate it. I'm just humbled to be back here. Thank you so much for inviting me. And it's been, pretty interesting ride so far, and I'm really excited. So.
Well, I'm so proud of you and what you're doing, and I can't wait to share with everyone what you're doing. Yes. But I want to hit a little bit on episode number 28 and what we talked about. We're just going to just rake over, but I want you to go back and listen, everyone, because your story is fascinating. Okay. It's a story of struggle, success, and finding yourself. And I think that resonates with so many people listening and watching right now. You went to culinary school. That's our common thread. Did you go to CIA?
I went to CIA.
Oh, bless you. Yeah. Johnson and Wales girls here.
Yeah, so it's just one of those things. You go through life, ups and downs, roller coaster, and I've been through some hills and valleys, and not proud of some things, but it's just my life. And so today, I'm so grateful and thankful for the opportunities that have come to me, and now I want to take it to another level and help others. And so that's really what I'm doing. I love coming back to Texas and come and talk with you, and so that's really what I'm doing.
Well, you just said something, and I say this all the time. You said you've had some struggles and success, but I think, and a huge reason for my platform is I wanted to share my struggles and my success with people to show people they're not alone. And because your story is so unique, you do know how many millions of the people are convicted felons like you.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's the thing, a lot of times we're behind our house, we're behind closed doors. We don't want to admit our failures until it's too late. So for me, it's just, I try to stay transparent. I try to stay available. And it's real important just to share my experience, strength, and hope on where I've been, where I'm going, but mainly just for today. Right. I live for today, and I look forward. I can plan as much as I can, but for the most part, I live by principles. And so, but it's tough. We all know somebody that struggles with drugs and alcohol. Right. And it's a killer, and it's getting worse. And so I struggled with it for years. But, I'm okay for today. So that's really it.
I love that.
I'm okay for today. It's okay.
One day at a time, right?
Just got to talk about it. So I stay transparent. I've got 13 years clean and sober today. March 6, 2010. I'll never forget it. I woke up in a jail cell. Fort Worth, Tarrant County, right here down 5 blocks.
Not far.
No. And, it was just one of those things that it's life for me, nobody has to go through this. But there's people, white collar, blue collar.
Doesn't matter what
doesn't
collar.
matter.
No.
We all go through something that we struggle with, whether it's drugs and addiction or if it's eating or gambling, sex,
shopping.
Absolutely. So I don't have a drug and alcohol problem. I have a thinking problem. I have a character defect problem, behaviors and ideas. And so today I live by, I stay in the solution. Right. And whenever I'm in a problem, I use a principle to adjust it. And that's really what's life, is adjusting. And so
I am going to let's help some people here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's back up
Okay.
to you were in high school and your mother said to you, you're hanging around the wrong people. And I was a helicopter mom, and actually I still am, and she's 24. But that statement is so true, right? You can be influenced by the people that you're with, especially at a young, impressionable age, right?
Correct.
And that's what happened, right?
Yeah. So, it's a funny thing you said that, because actually I was the one that was a bad influence. And my friends were so together, we just really kind of just rubbed off on each other. I mean, you just have different routes. And so I was just that kind of kid, and at 18, I had a decision, get right or get out.
Right.
And so I moved to Arizona and I lived there, and moved to New York, and just moved around, kept moving.
Right.
That's how we do. Geographical change thinks, is that going to change us? But it's not. It's our behaviors.
Exactly. So you were looking for a different not a different geography, just moving to a different place. But what you just really weren't solving the problem or addressing the problem,
which was me.
Was you and addiction. And you finally did. And the day you woke up in the jail cell, was that your aha moment?
Rock bottom has come to me in so many different ways and forms. I just couldn't get out of myself. I had to fire me as a general manager of my life because I wasn't good at it. I had to incorporate God into my life and bring God and really just take that and roll with it, and just allow a spirit, a higher power to govern my life, because I wasn't good at it. So.
Well, that's huge. You said you had to fire yourself as the GM.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that.
Yeah,
and you started over.
I went to prison. I got out 6 years ago, and nobody here in Dallas Fort Worth would give me a job. And at that time, I was so resentful. I got some clean time, and I'm resentful, upset. All my friends, nobody wants to give me a job, really? But I understand that the trust had been broken. I'm not trustworthy. Thank God for sponsorship and my sponsor, Marvin Pinker. I thank God. I'm so grateful for that man. I break his anonymity because he's just a wonderful man. And he's the only one I would ever do that to, because he's helped me in so many ways. And I'm so grateful for that man, because he told me, are you willing to get honest, open-minded, and willing? And so what does willing look like? $11 an hour as a dishwasher.
Right.
And that's what I did.
And you had a culinary degree. And you were washing dishes.
History.
Exactly.
I've worked
history.
for some of the greatest chefs in the country. And
for sure.
Still, it was, what am I willing to do to change today? Like, let's go back to the beginning. So that's what I did. I just to kind of summarize 6 years, I got out, washed dishes, and then I found Lanny. And, got in at Righteous, helped Righteous Foods get off the ground, and went to Riata. Love Riata. They're my family, and I absolutely love the McCall family and everybody there, and they gave me an opportunity. And so, and after that, I went to another establishment, and I was growing, and then life happens. Life happens, and family becomes first.
Right.
And so we made a decision to move to Arizona. And my family's out there in Arizona, and so we wanted to help my mother and my father. They're getting older now, and so we made an adjustment to move out to Arizona, and that's where I'm at today. And I'm grateful to be around my family. It's something new, and had an opportunity out there in Arizona, and the decision to go and stay in the culinary field, and had a nice job offer. It was really nice offer.
You were offered 4 seasons, right?
Task Force.
What a huge opportunity.
4 seasons.
Right.
A guy like me with 11 felonies to go and work for 4 seasons and say, hey, you know what? We believe in you. It was like, okay, you're back. I'm back officially, but you know what? I did it the right way. And so the hardest thing was to turn that job down.
And you did.
And I turned it down, and my dad and my mom, we talked about life, and what's my purpose? What's your purpose in life, Gabriel? What do you want to do? And I want to help people. I want to help people. And so that's what we're doing today. We are helping people. We want to open up sober living homes. Apple Tree Sober Living is my dream. It's my baby. I want to put it through. It's not so much as, it's not about me. I'm not special. I'm not unique. I'm just a vehicle for my higher power to help others. And I have an opportunity, and that's why I'm here in Texas today. I'm looking for investors. I'm talking to people. I've secured some investors now, and I'm building that brand. And I want to move forward, build some homes there. Right now is a good opportunity, and so I'm looking forward. I'm excited about it, and yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. So, you having probably one of the best job offers you've ever had in your life, and that opportunity when you have been turned down multiple times because of your history. So that was a milestone in itself, you getting that job offer, right? You turned it down because you do have a mission in your life, and we're going to talk about all about this in your sober living homes. But did you finally make the decision, it's time? It's just time? Because I know how passionate you are about culinary.
I love it. It's my baby. I mean, since I was 8 years old watching World Class Cuisine on PBS. I mean,
right.
It's just one of those things that, it was just, I don't know how to describe it. It's self, it's self, it's ego for me. It's tough. All the chefs here in Dallas-Fort Worth and all around the world, they sacrifice so much. They sacrifice their livelihoods. They sacrifice their families. They sacrifice their own well-being. We talk about it. And so for me, but it's all about, for me, this addict, the name on your jacket, the accolades that come with it, the struggles, the pain, what happens if you fail? I couldn't handle failure.
Really?
I just couldn't handle it. I could not handle failure. And so getting out of it wasn't so much about the failures or the successes. It was just something else that happened in my life that I wanted to do something different.
Mm-hmm.
I kept hearing these guys online and, what's your purpose in life? And, what's different today? I'm 48 years old. And so you only have so much time in life, and it's so precious.
Oh, short.
It's fragile. It can be taken from you in a minute.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do? What can you do? And so that day when I left prison, I heard my higher power say, Gabriel, I'm going to give you your life back. Because honestly, they wanted to give me 40 years. I was supposed to do 40 years in the penitentiary. But when I was released, November 22nd of 2016, I was given life back again. And I heard my higher power tell me, I'm going to give you your life back, but I want you to feed my sheep. I want you to help others. And so I had to get some trust. I had to get, build myself back up to be trustworthy again. And that's where I'm at today. So I think people believe in me, and so grateful. Just really been traveling and having a little fun. Mm-hmm. And so that's done. I'm done. I need to get back to work. And this is it. This is right here. Apple Tree Sober Living. It's based on the tree. It's living, it's breathing, it's it's growing. You can't see it, but it's growing. The branches stand for your family and friends, right? And the leaves stand for the principles of recovery: honesty, humility, patience, fortitude, love, and forgiveness. I preach forgiveness. I preach it. Tolerance, acceptance. I gotta accept people, places, and things for what they are. Mm-hmm. I can't change them, but I can change how I react to them. Right. So it's important to me. Right. It's important for me. And right now, the drug epidemic here in the country is just at an all-time high. And without going into politics so much, it just, you can't stop the drug war, but you can help that addict that wants to change, So that's really for me what life's all about. Right.
Yeah, truly helping people. And when you get when you're thinking through the helping of a person that is an addict, it's so mind-boggling for people that are not struggling like that and don't understand. But it's true and it's real. I had a physician on here earlier this season that same thing. He is on a mission to stop the drug war. I mean, not the drug war, drug abuse, and the addictions. And it's tough. And he's a doctor that's not prescribing opioids.
Yeah.
And he talks about the same thing you are, just the chances, and people don't have the second chances, and giving those second chances and helping people by not prescribing them in the first place.
The hardest part is the addict that's just there's those that are unfortunate. You just can't help people that aren't ready. That's the hardest part. What do you do in those situations? What do you do with the person that's just not ready? Mm-hmm. And I can't rob them of their experiences, unfortunately. Right. There are those that are gonna die. And I know it's just, I don't like to say that, but it's the truth. Right. But you can plant the seed and you can help them grow. And I plan to do the work. I'm on a mission, and I'm a soldier for God. I love that, and I love being available to people. And if I can do it, so can you.
Right.
You can too.
So tell me about this. So you're starting Apple Tree. You're in the phase of investing.
Correct.
Okay, we know your mission, obviously. I have more questions about that. But tell us what you're building and where you're building the homes. You were talking to me earlier about the number.
So in Arizona, because I live there, the main thing is on the West Valley, there's not a lot of sober living. There's a problem right now with sober living homes all around the country that are manipulating insurance. And so the reason why I got involved is because I noticed this. A lot of people it's brought to our attention how people are bringing people off the streets. They're using drugs in people's homes, in these sober living homes, and they're collecting off the insurance. When I left on the 15th of this month, the Fed shut down 200 homes in Arizona because of manipulation, fraud. It's really it's just not. And so for me, moving forward, I want to do it the right way. The catalyst is keep it simple, keep it clean, keep it step recovery based off of faith in a higher power. Nothing crazy. It's manageable. $200 a week from a client, a person that's trying to change their life. They have a home. It's a $500,000 home that has a 5-bedroom, 6-bedroom home, house manager in there with a year clean. Each person has 90 days clean to come in, mandatory job, mandatory sponsor, mandatory step meetings. And I'm involved day-to-day operations. I'll be at the house daily, doing morning meditations, talking to people, getting their families involved, using food as a way of loving on each other. Let's have luau's at the house. Let's have cookouts, invite family and friends. And let's build into apartment complexes and create these sober living communities and showing people that you can live life to your fullest, to the absolute best of your ability. So one of the main topics is, how do you find jobs? How do you get involved? How do you change your life? Where does that change come from? You instill hope. You instill love. You instill care into people, and you show them how to live one day at a time.
Right.
So without getting too cliche-ish, creating partnerships with businesses around Phoenix area, creating new businesses, creating new opportunities, creating landscaping, vocations like carpentry, landscaping, culinary arts, welding. These are all trades that are still in demand today and are going to be in demand no matter what the economy does. And those people, I think we can train them. There's vocations there in the rehabs, main rehab there in Phoenix that is helping them. And I'm really excited to be a part of that. So, it's just, it just takes a little time and passion, and I'm willing to be there for people.
Right,
so.
Right. Yeah. So tell me, out of the millions of that people that need assistance, that would need help, that would be needing a home, and you're limited on the number of people that you could accept. How do you go through the process of selection?
That's a good question. The screening process.
Yes.
You cannot just bring anybody off the street. There has to be a screening process. So we have probably 100 different questions of trials and tribulations, where you're at in your recovery, what you want to do. So a lot of times people are coming out of prison, they go into rehabs, and once they get into those rehabs, they want to change their life. They've been in a rehab. They're trying to get out of rehab, but the problems that they face is they can't get in apartment complexes because they have felonies.
Mm-hmm.
I ran into the same problem when I came out of prison. I had felonies. Apartment complexes wouldn't rent to me, even though I had a good job. I was working. They just wouldn't rent to me because of my judgment. And unfortunately, that's what the society does. We judge and we judge and we judge. And I don't want to judge you. If you want to change, I'll help you. We know there's nothing like an addict helping another addict. We know if you're doing right. And we have drug testing there, but the screening process is simple. You have to have a job. You have to have a sponsor. You have to go to meetings, and we'll monitor all that stuff. We'll work with you. As soon as if anything gets thrown off, we'll see it. We'll see it. But the main thing is, working with people is a everyday consistent. It's got to be a time where you work with people and you're involved in day-to-day, everyday struggles, with the good and the bad. Not just sometimes when I was in my best days, having good days, I used. So you want to be there for people when they're going through the goods and the downs, ups and downs of life. So. Yeah.
So how are you doing with the investing? How is that going? Because, I mean, for me to ask people for money or sponsorships, it's very, very difficult. It's not my personality. My entire team knows that. How do you handle that? Because that's you, right?
That's me. That's just me saying, this is who I am. You got to build trust, right? So with a business plan, presenting what we're doing, that's one, right? Two is showing a background of where I've been, what I'm doing, and putting up some of my own money, right? So I've done that to put a little skin in the game. And the third part is bringing people that are involved in recovery and that have some part of it where they want to be involved in something different. Investing is what? How do you know it's going to be a fail-proof? Nothing is fail-proof, right? Investing is a leap of faith, trusting in the business, getting lawyers involved, having contracts signed, and just knowing that you're part of something that's going to change somebody's life.
Make a difference.
It's going to make a difference. And I'm still new to that. Don't get me wrong. I don't know everything. I'm still learning too. I'm learning too, but I will give everything I got, and I will do the work, and I will be involved. And so, whatever it takes, just like the kitchen, the same drive, the same passion it took me to work 14, 18-hour days in the kitchen is the same drive I want to apply to working in these sober living homes and be a part of. And learning from others, there's other people that have done it. So I think that's next. I think for me to go into a house and do like an externship is next. There's some great houses already established in the Phoenix area that I'd like to get involved. Mm-hmm. and go and say, hey, you know what? I'd like to live in your house and work with these guys and just do like an externship. Why not?
That's
Why not? It's just something changed and learn.
Question for you, and I'm wondering who is thinking this as well. Are you always in recovery?
Wow, absolutely. I'm always living life on life's terms. I'm always living by principles. I mean, we're looking here on the side of the streets right now and drive. How many times have you been run over and had an altercation on the road? How do you handle that? How do you handle that? You quickly forgive. Let it go. That's recovery for me. That's recovery for me. When you go through relationships and they just don't work out and you just have to set boundaries, that's recovery. You know, when you're dealing with family friends and they still bring up your past, right? And they just can't yet forgive you because
Can't
they
let it
know
go.
you. They know you. They know your background. And so when they kind of like hesitate, you have acceptance for that. That's recovery. So I don't want to say it's automatic, but it's a day-to-day, life. And that's why I still go to meetings. That's why I still stay involved with people in recovery. I listen to other people. Just because I have some substantial amount of clean time doesn't mean anything. I live for, I woke up today at 7:00. People, if you woke up before me, you have more clean time than me. That's just in our world,
Right.
For me, recovery is just going through your day, whether it's up, down, you'd rather have a good day, bad day, but no matter what, I just don't use, my thinking has changed. I have compassion, I have love and understanding. And there's people still out in this world that aren't in your best interest.
Absolutely.
They really don't care.
Yeah.
And so I just let those people be.
It's who you hang around with.
Those
Let's go
circles.
back to those high school days, right? Or those elementary days. It's who you allow in your circle and who you allow in your camp,
And planting the seed is important. And so just recently I got an opportunity to go into the Arizona Federal Penitentiary and get badged to go back in to the federal penitentiaries in Arizona and take a meeting in there. Yeah, so that's an opportunity that I'm looking forward to going back in there. That's what happened. That's how I first got acclimated back into the rooms of recovery here in Texas. And so why not get back in there? Mm-hmm. So we did that and excited to have that opportunity, and I'm looking forward to that. So
when you go back into the prisons, when you go back, how do you feel? Do you feel proud, sad?
It's all about love. It's all about love. It's the identification. It's the identification that you go into the prisons, you allow them to see who you are. You try to just really be in their shoes. It humbles me. And you share with them what you go through, what I went through. And the hardest part is some of these guys and girls are looking at a lot of time. And so it's really, the life inside is also as tough as it is outside, if not tougher. So it's all about inside and how you carry your temple and how you live your life. So in the inside, where does change come from? You can be a hardened criminal all your life. If that's what you want, okay, then let it be. But if you want a little bit of what we have, there's an opportunity there. Mm-hmm. And I would love to be there, right there with you, and share that path. And so there's a couple guys here that I'm still involved in their lives, and I'm so grateful. I have a friend of mine, his dear friend, he just got a promotion. I can't tell you enough about him. He's without dropping his anonymity, he's just, I'm so proud of him. And he started like me, and he had to go to prison, but he was in addiction, and he got a promotion here at a really nice restaurant, and he's just doing the deal. And I love being there with him and sharing that path with him. So
right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so proud of you. Yeah. If they're watching on YouTube and see your infectious smile, oh my gosh, I can't. Was it 2016 or 17 when I met you at Righteous? Lanny introduced us, and your smile's infectious.
Thank you. I'm
so
grateful.
Your passion for culinary, and I didn't know your story at the time. And you opened me into your world. You trusted me, and I got to know you, and it's such a blessing to know you.
It was just one of those opportunities that I saw that when I think it was the Johnson & Wells. I was like, she's Johnson & Wells. You know what? Let me go talk to her. She's beef counsel. Let me go talk to her. What is she doing? She really, I wanted to recruit you. Hey, what are you doing? And then I saw Greg, and I was like, well, you know what? You guys are on.
She's taking care of him, of course, yes. Do you miss culinary?
Absolutely.
Being in the kitchen serving consumers.
Absolutely. Sometimes I'll do some private gigs. I love doing private gigs, just really intimate settings, 6 to 20 people. I love doing that. But the everyday grind,
No.
my time has come and gone. I'm just not as good as I thought I was, And so I go to restaurants and I see the open air kitchen and I feel for them. I go back there and, I feel for them. And hey, you know what? It's your time. And I just don't have that energy and drive that I want you to. I love the passion. I always have the passion for food and beverage. Mm-hmm. And when I travel, I get to meet people and understand. And identification. I use that with them in culinary world and share the love. And there's some amazing food here right now and some new things. We're having dinner tonight and hard getting reservations. And we're going to Dallas, so I'm excited to go out there and see what people are doing.
You're on the other side now.
Yeah.
You're on the other side. It feels good. I have to tell you, I've probably told you this, but when Greg and I met, he assumed anyone that has a culinary degree and loves and has passion for food wants a restaurant. He's like, "Do you want a restaurant? That would be great." And
You're crazy.
No. And he didn't understand why. And I said, I have so many friends in the industry. They've lost marriages, addicts, lost their lives. But they're so talented, and it's a talent. It's a rare breed, but no, I never wanted. I wanted to do the media, and exactly what I did for years and years. But no, thank you. And your dad said what? Do not open a.
He promised me. He said, what? He asked me, because we talk about things in life in general. He says, you're going to get an inheritance. I probably shouldn't be saying this, but so what are you going to do with it? So I give it away. What are you talking about? He's like, just as long as you don't open a restaurant. Don't open a restaurant. Deal. Done deal. And
I know what you're going to do. You're going to open Apple Tree. It's exactly what you're going to do.
I'm so excited. I can't tell you how ready and it just this new life. It's just new opportunities, new way of just helping people. And it's just a blessing. I really am. It's just a blessing. So.
Well, I know, and you are a blessing to so many people that you have already helped and that you will continue to help, because I know you are going to do this. All right, everyone. So I can't even tell you how excited I am about your future. And if anyone's listening here today that's interested in talking to you, how can they reach you?
Please reach me at Gabe_Benjamin, all lowercase. Call me, 682-717-3556. I am transparent. Call me. Let me know. If you just want to have coffee, I will fly to you. Whatever it takes. Yes. Whatever it takes. I'm interested in listening and working with people and just being involved. Let's go. Let's go.
Thank you, friend, so much. Thank you for your passion and your friendship, for sure.
Absolutely.
Okay, everyone. So if you want to be involved and help with Gabe and his mission to help people, please go in our show notes and you can see how to get in touch with him. And, it takes a village. It takes a village, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching, and keep being fabulous.